Hello, everyone. I'm Clay Jenkinson, and today I want to talk about Henry David Thoreau and his laundry. Let's dispose of the principal critique of Henry David Thoreau right away, that he didn't really move to the wilderness, that he lived only a mile and a half from Concord, and that he took his laundry to town to be washed. Wherever I go, I have to listen to this nonsense, particularly since Catherine Schultz's 2015 New Yorker hatchet job on Thoreau's life and character. The laundry argument annoys me to no end. First of all, it misunderstands the experiment Thoreau was undertaking. He did not want to cut himself off entirely from civilization. He was not trying to go off-grid. He wanted to engage in an experiment in paring down his material life to something like the lowest comfortable level. It was an experiment in simplification and minimalism. Of course he went to town to eat sometimes, to get his laundry done, to pick up his mail, to attend a lecture, to deliver a lecture, or to look after the somewhat scattered Emerson family. Thoreau was not John Muir. He was not Chris McCandless. He was not trying to escape into thin air. Second, what a cop-out to crucify one of America's greatest writers on the cross of laundry. Walden offers, for those who have ears to hear, one of the finest critiques of American civilization ever articulated. He's asking you to think about your life, how much you own, and at what cost, including opportunity costs. What are the blockages to your project of self-actualization? Are you willing to seek a higher life, or are you content just to stay on the path that you're on? Who cares who did his laundry? In his chapter on the village, Thoreau freely admits that he walked to town every day or two for what he calls homeopathic doses. He never once presents himself as a hermit or desert father. Here perhaps is the true mission statement of Walden. It would be some advantage, he writes, to live a primitive and frontier life, though in the midst of an outward civilization, if only to learn what are the gross necessaries of life and what methods have been taken to obtain them. Once you determine what you actually need, and he acknowledges that the list will be different for different people, then you get to decide what you really want. A few books, some music, wine glasses, a frying pan, a writing desk. Thoreau assures us that if we undergo this experiment, even in less intense ways, our hearts and souls will blossom, we will see things in a new light, we will be more truly satisfied, and we will in some limited respect rise to what he calls a higher order of being. So, my friends, all I can say is ixnay on the laundry complaint, dig deeper, and think higher.